here, metalheads of the internet, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Metal Meltdown. Anna, would you like to join me for a delicious glass of celebratory New Year's red wine?
Robert, it's 9 in the morning.
Yeah, what's your point? Robert, it's 9 in the morning. Jeez, I didn't realize I was living with a party pooper!
It's so early.
It's so early. Can you believe this? Unbelievable. All right. Now that it is the new year, now that it is 2024 and not 2023, that means it is time to talk about our most highly anticipated albums of 2024. So what we're going to do is we're kind of just going to go from like subgenre to subgenre and go from there. Like I'll tell you about some great classic traditional heavy metal, and then I'll tell you about some great thrash metal, some great death metal, some great black metal, some great metalcore, prog metal that is on the way for 2024. That way we got all the bases covered, and that way no one can also come to me and go, Robert, how come no party pooper energy today? Right, Anna?
Yeah.
That sounds like party pooper energy, not gonna lie to you. Okay, let's start off by talking about some traditional and classic heavy metal. Right off the bat, we've got new music coming in scorching hot from heavy metal legends Judas Priest with their brand new album Invincible Shield, and also Iron Maiden lead singer Bruce Dickinson is back with a brand new solo album, The Mandrake Project, his first in 19 years. Considering how fun and lively and energetic and badass 2018's Firepower was, I've no reason not to expect more of the same from Judas Priest on Invincible Shield, especially not when the singles I've heard so far have honestly also been really exciting and entertaining. As far as the Mandrake Project is concerned, I do have some reservations. I mean, Bruce Dickinson's voice, it's not as strong as it used to be, but I do think it'll be fun to see him kind of like stretch his wings and kind of do something different. Like, it's been a long time since we've seen him do anything really outside of Iron Maiden, and I'd say that some of his solo albums, especially some of the stuff he was putting out in the 90s, are pretty underrated and pretty cool. That being said, though, with all due respect to these heavy metal legends, I'm probably much more interested in Ultra Power from Striker, Juno Award-winning Canadian heavy metal crew. I've been following these guys since they dropped Armed to the Teeth back in 2012, and honestly, in my opinion, they're probably one of the best new bands playing classic old-school heavy metal right now. Moving on to thrash metal, there's not really a whole lot that has caught my attention. From what I understand, Testament, Anthrax, Exodus, they will all be working on new music. Good for them. There's also still rumors of a new Dark Angel album potentially on the way very soon, and I honestly hope that's true because I would love to hear some new Dark Angel, but also I've been hearing these rumors for so fucking long, so at this point, I'm just not going to believe that a Dark Angel album is real until I'm holding it in my fucking hands. There is at least one thrash metal album that has caught my eye that I'm paying attention to, and that would be Swallowed by Death, brand new album from Morbid Saint. A criminally underrated band in my opinion, true underdogs of 80s American thrash metal. They only have 2 other albums to their name, released 26 fucking years apart. But one of them, Spectrum of Death, is often considered one of the best kind of like underground thrash metal records ever made. I mean, it's just so fucking extreme and intense and abrasive. Moving on to death metal, we've got the one and only Job for a Cowboy finally dropping a new album with Moon Healer, their first since 2014's Sun Eater. Considering the path that Job for a Cowboy paved for themselves on Sun Eater, and also considering how much time has been spent working on this album and how much time we've waited for this album, I've no reason not to expect one of the best technical and progressive death metal albums of 2024. We've also got Spectral Voice featuring Paul Riedel of Blood Incantation fame, finally dropping a sophomore studio album, Sporagmos. And it sounds like it's just going to be this really chaotic, really dark, really fucked up kind of like death doom, and I cannot wait for it to terrify me and just absolutely rock my world. Melodic death metal crew Darkest Hour will also be dropping a brand new album, Perpetual Eye Terminal, and this is coming hot off the heels of 2017's absolutely bloodthirsty and vicious Godless Prophets and the Migrant Flora. The Black Dahlia Murder is apparently also writing a brand new album as we speak, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really sure how I feel about that at this current moment in time, but hey, everyone who is still in the Black Dahlia Murder is extremely talented, and also I don't think that they would be doing this if they didn't think they could do right by Trevor and his legacy and the legacy of the Black Dahlia Murder, so I am going to stay optimistic. Also, maybe gore guts. Hopefully gore guts. Please, Luke. I need more gore guts. I need it! Oh, also 6 Feet Under. Not because I think it'll be good, but, you know, memes. Content. Yeah. As far as black metal is concerned, there's not really much I'm really paying attention to. It's very safe to say that Worm is going to drop a new album later in the year, and it's going to lean even further into the kind of like symphonic, melodic black metal side of their sound that they were exploring on the Starlit Path split with Dream Unending, as well as the Blue Nothing EP, which awesome, great, cool. The only other thing I'm really paying attention to at this moment would be the debut album from Dodds Mag Herd, which is a new project from Vikotnik of Dod Heimsgard fame. And the similarity in the names is not at all a coincidence, folks. Supposedly, this debut album from Dod Mag's Herd will actually be a counterpart to the last Dod Heimsgard record, Black Medium Current, which was one of my favorite albums of 2023, a masterclass in experimental avant-garde black metal. I'm not sure I understand the purpose in creating a new band to create a companion to Black Medium Current, but I am extremely interested and excited to find out. There's also still talk that first wave black metal icons and pioneers King Diamond and Merciful Fate will be dropping new music in 2024, and that'd be cool. Not gonna lie, but honestly, much like the aforementioned Dark Angel record, I'm only going to believe that these albums are real when I'm holding them in my fucking hands. Moving on to grindcore, Nails will apparently drop a new album in summer 2024, and that's definitely cool, but truthfully, I'm a little bit more interested in As Spoken from Null. These guys have been working their asses off the last couple of years and dropping some of the most dark and abrasive grind imaginable, with influences from death and black metal and noise kind of woven in. And based on what I've heard so far from As Spoken, I've no reason not to believe that we may already have one of the most sonically brutal and hellish and chaotic records of 2024 within the first few weeks of 2024. And as far as the other cores are concerned, metalcore and deathcore, oh. I mean, maybe something from Converge, I don't know. It's been a long time since The Dusk and Us. If they do release anything, I feel like it'll be another collab with Chelsea Wolfe, because they've kind of hinted at doing exactly that. If they count as metalcore, then Bring Me the Horizon will have a new EP, Posthuman Next Gen, which they were supposed to release in September, but they didn't. Does Shadows Fall count as metalcore? I have no idea if Shadows Fall count as metalcore. They're kind of thrash, they're kind of mellow death, they're kind of metalcore, I don't know. They will apparently also have a new album on the way though, and that I think should be cool. That I think might actually be really cool. There's really not much from the realms of like new metal, alternative industrial metal that I'm looking forward to either. However, Slipknot have apparently once again pledged to release the long-delayed and awaited Look Outside Your Window, which for those of you who don't know was an album that they worked on back in the late 2000s around the time of All Hope Is Gone, but just never finished or released. And apparently it's more experimental, it's weirder, it's funkier. They've outright said it has more in common with Radiohead than it does Slipknot. Moving on to progressive metal, I'm very interested in Sounds of the Forgotten, brand new studio album from Witherfall. Very dark, theatrical, kind of melodic, metal, progressive power metal band. Featuring current and former members of Iced Earth, Sanctuary, White Wizard, including Joseph Michael on lead vocals, who I think is a supremely criminally underrated singer. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a part of me ever so slightly curious in what Dream Theater might put together now that Mike Portnoy's back in the band. Hopefully he can give them a real good, solid kick in the ass. And I know what you're thinking, y'all. Robert hates power metal. There's obviously no power metal that he's interested in whatsoever. And you're kind of right. But you're also kind of wrong, so kindly go fuck yourself. For one, Crimson Glory, one of my favorite classic American power metal bands, will apparently be dropping some new music in 2024. That's pretty cool. That, I think, is pretty exciting. Unleash the Archers will probably drop something in 2024. That's pretty cool, too. I won't say much more about that because I'm sure Mad Mike will fill you in on all the necessary details in the comments below. And there's also James Durbin, former American Idol contestant and former Quiet Riot lead singer, dropping some power metal kind of sort of through his self-titled project Durbin. Very like old school mid-80s kind of like proto-power metal as well. Like the kind of stuff that realistically you could label as heavy metal. But fuck it, we're playing the subgenre game today. And I want to wrap things up by talking about Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum, a band who reject all genre labels and very similarly to a band like Diablo Swing Orchestra, pull influence from a wide variety of sounds and styles and ideas, and metal just happens to occasionally be one of them. If you wanted to throw them into a little genre label box, I guess experimental metal or avant-garde metal works, but like, I don't know, even that, it just doesn't quite feel right. More importantly, they'll be dropping a brand new studio album in 2024, their first since 2007, entitled Sleepy Gorilla Time Museum of the Last Human Being, and I've no reason not to expect some absolutely unhinged fucking crap. Like, these guys have cited influence from everyone to King Crimson, to Sun, to Swans, to Mayhem, to fucking Bauhaus. I have no idea what this album is going to sound like. I just know it's going to be an absolute fucking mess. And I mean that in the best way possible. It is going to be fucking batshit insane. And voila, most anticipated metal albums of 2024. Thank you for joining me here today. Now it's your turn to tell me, what are some albums from 2024 that you are looking forward to and that you want to listen to? You've already told me about a few albums here and there, but now just fucking info dump on me, alright? Tell me about all the fucking cool albums that you're looking forward to in 2024. Press this button to subscribe if somehow you have not done so already. Look, there's even more videos here. And as always, you have yourself a fantastic fucking day.